Recap. Um, well, I mean, the last session was the end of the fight, right? Wait. Oh, I don't have that labeled. 3.
Mega, there
So,
is in the journal entries in Forge a summary of some of the downtime. Tried to pare it down so it wasn't as lengthy, but there's still a pretty healthy chunk of text there. We'll try to go over it so that you don't have to feel the need to read every word there, but it's available so that you can refer to.
my notes for last session are rather sparse. I'm really missing my extra monitors. So much harder to take notes. So the end, not the end. It was just the last part of the fight. Was Glenvalor? Is that when we started fighting Glenvalor? Because I think. Oh yeah, Rana started the fight by having to release the consonants. Um, but there was just a lot of back and forth. It was raining blood. Um, Ambrose used a tentacle, the one of the tentacle ones, and Johnny had Dawn going, so they were having to move around that. Eventually, Glenvalor started to close in on like the actual keep. Um, is that the session that started with Glenvalor using Finger of Death, or was that this previous
I
session?
believe so.
Okay. Um, Sorry, guys, I'm struggling. I've been so
Okay,
focused on
so
preparing for this session. I wasn't
what
thinking much
what
about that.
does? Glenveller continued the assault after something summoned a blood rain. The assault was fairly short, and the elves broke off once Hiroshi
Mm-hmm.
arrived on some monstrous three-eyed beast, presumably from the Underdark. Um, I also not. Wow, that's not good.
Well, there was
Oh,
a lot
right. So
of.
after that, Valis came uh running down the staircase. He claimed to have led the other elves off from the keep about a mile or so and returned. Oh no, that happened way before because that's when you guys found
Right.
the arrow. Um, okay. So once Hiroshi arrived, he rang a bell, and that seemed to be some sort of signal for Sauron, who teleported in directly afterwards with Rana's mother and brother.
Gaz.
Yes. Some repairs were completed on the keep, and uh, Sauron started to assist Sonist with the repairs to the Doom engine. Um, this happened in the actual session.
Yeah,
Oh,
I think the
Darglath
reason.
presented
Oh, go ahead.
Darglath presented the ring to Shifnal, the Shifnal ring to Althea. Was that Guff coming in? It was. Hooray!
Yay!
Hey guys.
Howdy.
The other thing is we
Anyone
ended the last session a little early because we weren't
mm,
quite sure how to
what to do?
proceed
Yeah,
because we were like, okay, 5 days downtime,
yeah, that probably
maybe.
also contributes to the. Yeah, turns out no. Um,
we got we got 4 days in,
so
sort of.
Gappa mentioned that in the journal entries in Forge, there's a summary of things that went down in the RP, just for you to refer to, just some general stuff. Um, but it's just a shortened version if you want to go over anything. But we're gonna do that right now as well, so don't feel the need to actually read it word for word.
Oh, thanks.
Tis
Seeing
for
that.
reference.
Yep. Okay, so after the battle with the elves, Thorin assists Tonist with the Doom engine. The next day, Rowan conjured a giant tower in the middle of the courtyard. So needed extra space, apparently, so that's some sort of double tower keep. Hiroshi departed on his three-eyed beast that same morning. Um, he didn't say farewell to anyone except Rana's family. And Rana and Thoron forged together. The next day, there was some messaging from. Oh, Johnny comes in and says that he spoke with Glenveler and created a sort of meeting place to speak directly in a peaceful setting. Mm, some back and forth on who exactly should go, and eventually it was decided that Johnny, Althea, Rana, and Alcara will be going, and that would take place the next day, which is going to be this game session. Also, we had a letter from old friend Jaxar Wild, who joined the conclave.
Jaxar!
He, the letter talked about the the person that announced themselves as queen. That's to the east of Shifnal. They're coming west with an army and are expected to arrive within just a couple weeks. Does anyone have anything that they would like to add?
Yeah, the letter that Althea got and stormed out with
Oh,
was from
yeah.
her father. Um, and it was very calculated to upset her. And upset her it did. Fortunately, she was able to spend some time talking with Johnny and talking with Tharin and Rana, and she's a lot calmer about it and basically now needs information and needs to research some stuff, and hopefully her mom is safe, and if her mom is not safe, well, she might be taking off to go rescue her mother. So yeah,
All right.
that's that.
Okay. And the last thing is Darglath has staffed the keep so that it can be fully functioning. And it's mostly just like a background thing, so you guys know you don't have to stick around and worry that the keep's gonna fall to ruin if you leave for any reason. Um, it'll keep running and be there.
Ah.
Yeah.
The keep will keep on keeping.
Yeah.
Yup.
It'll keep.
Keep on keeping on.
Okay.
Darglath also starts summoning soldiers to train. Stephen joins with them in the drills.
Oh, good.
All right, so during those first few days, working with Tonist on the Doom engine, Thoron, though his understanding of Dwarven technology is theoretical, he's still a metallurgical master and provides quite a bit of assistance, cutting down the needed repair time with his expertise. But after a short time, he maybe probably that second day, he mentions the grenade launcher Tonus built and asks about its applications.
It, I guess I'll just show him the function.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do I have a dummy round I could put in there real quick, or?
Oh, here's a sack of flour. Bunk. It normally goes further, but it is a sack of flour. Yeah. Um. So, but yeah, with the demonstration, he suggests the use of shaped charges rather than bursts, which could take the form of a line or a cone.
Oh.
But he also cautions that until the formula is mastered, that could easily like ricochet off the ground and then point in a totally different direction than intended.
It's a wave frame for the Destiny people.
Nice.
Sure. I'm
There
not a
are essentially the same like kind of grenade launcher you're giving me. There's a grenade launcher in Destiny that like when it hits the ground, it has like a wave of fire or elemental energy that shoots out from wherever it impacts,
Interesting. Okay.
in like a cone shape. So cool. I'll look
He
into
also
it.
asked if you've ever tried to arc the first shot and then shoot the second one at a lower angle so that they arrive at the same time.
No, that sounds complicated, but yeah.
Posits that maybe that will have some sort of amplifying effect.
Well, I will do that now.
Right. Sent you a quick message, has some info on some of the things discussed and some of their mechanical applications, as well as
Oh,
a
interesting.
few inventory items for you.
Fancy.
Um, but yeah, with implementation practice and just a bit more time, probably master some of those and make them more effective.
Sure, fair enough.
Okay. Um, also during these days, Valis speaks to Ambrose, more than again on the idea of taking on Urath. Let's see. So yeah, he'll during maybe one of the mornings he'll say, I don't think your companions understand what Urath truly is.
I mean, like, let's be real, who does?
Fair, but like they don't hold the same apprehension that they should. Seem very dismissive of the idea of using the Ember.
I mean, they also got a lot on their plate with all of the elf stuff suddenly happening, and there's the mask guy, and there's also, the demon that I had nothing to do with that's trying to take Althea's soul. It's, it's
Lots of
sort of like when it rains, it pours right now. And I think everybody's just got their own priorities going on. Although the Ember should be a pretty big one.
yeah. I mean, I'm an elf. You're part elf. This could be elf stuff.
Could be elf stuff. I don't know. I don't know much about elf stuff.
Well, if we ever get there, we might not return from the far realm.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been considering that.
Well, if we go, I mean, we have to be committed and take every weapon available.
I mean, the only weapons I need are these, and Ambrose wiggled his fingers.
It's his lip,
But yeah.
but maybe later. He goes on and says that we should weaken Urath's hold here on Erda as much as we can before we take that final plunge. But if we do start doing that, we'd have to be prepared that Urath could pull the rug out from under you.
Yeah. Yeah, that's something I'd also been considering. But I agree. I think loosening his grip on this plane might help weaken him in his own plane. So it could be a good idea. I don't know. We're in real uncharted waters here, man.
Hey, I think I said that to someone else just today.
Yep.
Because yeah, God, I hate the water. We
I
can.
do too. It's It's moist and wet, and it gets everywhere.
It's everywhere. Yeah. Well,
Oh my god.
I mentioned before that there's other cults. I know the precise location of one and heard rumors of a few others. He goes over some of their locations, put it in your side chat for you to look at when you want to.
There's a region called Dublin. Oh, I like Dublin.
It is this world's it it is analogous to Scotland. Just FYI.
Love it. Oh my god.
But I will not do a Scottish accent, no matter how much I am right.
Oh yeah, understandable.
Mostly because I want everyone to understand what I say.
Thank you. Well, now there's a difference between Scots and Glaswegian.
All right. So yeah, I think that's everything there. All right. So at one point, Rowan had taken the dimensional anchor arrow and placed it carefully in his haversack. Said anything? I didn't hear.
I did
But
not say anything.
I think it's time
That is accurate.
to move on to that. Where is Rowan when he removes the arrow?
In the tower.
In the his tower? Or...
Yeah, his own tower.
Okay. Then this will now be a private message. And sent over Facebook.
Okay.
I imagine after getting that, probably go and inform people of what he learned. I don't know if you said anything that time either.
I have not said anything.
I think he's reading.
Yeah, I'm reading and contemplating.
Okay, all right, that's fine. I can come back to that in just a
Machination.
moment. All right,
Yeah.
early this morning, to the west of the keep, the group hears 3 rings of a bell in quick succession. They're the same note. A moment passes, and then 4 more times, and Sengmar, Alkara's panther, leaps over the walls and heads into the forest, followed more slowly by Alkara, because she is not a panther, does not have that same ability to leap from a wall at a full run.
How tall was that wall?
20 feet.
Panther has a 20-foot vertical leap?
It is quite the panther. It's the ends of its hair, of its fur is like tinged red, and it is quite possibly the cleanest animal you've ever seen. As well as has a bow tie.
And a little bell.
Yes.
Oh.
All right. Yeah, and probably 15 minutes later, Rana and Tharan return with Sangmar in tow to the keep. Have you had enough time to read their chaos? Decide on your course of action?
I have, yes. So when the group gets together, Rowan will hand over the arrow, which is not in his bag, and inform the party that the arrow will function on the ground, where its effects start and stop are fuzzy at best. So he's unsure of how, if placed on a hill, where exactly that means the effect will come into place.
Right. Okay.
But it will work outside if that's something they attempt to do.
Mm-hmm.
Right. There was some back and forth decisions about how to approach the hill. I think we landed on the last I saw was people in a boat, and then the actual speaking party heading there on foot from the south.
Yeah, based on the recommendation just for best sidelines. And then Althea suggested using the boat to keep an eye on the cliffs, or on the cliff. Um,
Actually, my thought was for the four of us to cross the lake and come in from the west, but because that would afford us a look at the cliffs. But then you said have people on the boat, have us coming up from the south on foot, and the boat full of the rest of the folks.
the backup squad, yeah.
Right? Wasn't there something about burying? Was Gaz going to take people into the Underdark for this?
Oh gosh.
What the heck was that all
Oh.
about?
No, I think that Rowan was. There was something about Rowan creating a sanctuary barrier underwater or something. Or am I combining two different things now?
Oh, that was mentioned, yeah. That was a
Okay.
suggestion, but it wasn't followed through. It was like hey, we could do this, but
Got it. Okay.
Gaz's suggestion was that he bury himself in the hill, like with a shovel. Oh, sorry, he said us.
He's a man of action, if nothing.
Well, I'll do something. It's gonna be a thing. Whether or not it's a good thing remains to be determined. Okay. So how does approach?
Right. So is everybody cool with that? Like the parlay party approaching from the south, and then the backup squad on the boat watching the cliffs?
You're the shot caller here, honey.
Yeah, this is your shindig. Johnny just planned the party. You got to throw it.
Okay, that's
Are we all going?
Sounds like yes.
That's fine. I'm just asking for feedback on whether people think that's a decent idea or not.
Yeah. Oh, in that case, yeah, sure. Knock it out of the park. Let's do it.
Sangmar nods but says nothing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that Death Seer's bobblehead is broken.
All right. So Rowan, Tonist, Ambrose, Valis, Gaz climb in a boat
Yes, that's Minnow.
Ooh.
and head out to just north of that hill while still being, in the lake. Valis says that he hates the water. The
It's a bad time to mention that I'm getting seasick.
Well, fortunately, this is a lake now. Anyways, yeah, I also get lake sick. The Death Seer disguised himself as a person once more to move through Shifnal, but when you get to the boat, he just sort of bobs along behind, just in the air, kind of disrupting the ruse that he is not just a regular villager. We'll assume that this is planned to be semi-synchronous, so that you're not like arriving 10 minutes after everyone else gets there. Rana, Althea, and Johnny with Alkara and Sangmar approach on foot from the south. The approach is rather scenic. You see bronze and reeds dotting the edge of the lake. It's herons walking in those shallows, plucking at fish. And the hillock itself sports a few bushes and a couple trees. You see a lone figure standing there. Light shines on some sort of bone armor that they wear, seen even from the few hundred feet out that you are walking from.
Is it kind of like the bone armor that Rana strapped to the top of her leather armor?
It is very similar in that each are made of bone. And the bone's sort of suspended with twine and like leather flaps to support, like at the shoulders.
So there's only one person.
Yes.
Althea is going to suggest stopping at least 60 feet away.
Yeah.
And calling out for, where's the rest of your party, basically.
Okay. From north to south, the hill is roughly 250 feet, so you have to climb up the hill a bit to get that far away. Because she's standing on the higher point that is probably about 30 feet from the water's edge. Hey, there's a lower part of the hill that's right about where you're suggesting you walk to. All right. There's no objections to that. The foursome plus cat continue to the hill, make your way up, and as you get closer, realize that it's Glenveler. She has her great sword, and it's not really a scabbard on her back, more like a leather holding flap thing. Scabbards and great swords don't mix when they're on your back.
No.
That is accurate, yeah. In spite of what Legend of Zelda would have us believe.
Okay. And is Althea calling that out?
When they, when Althea suggests that, Rana will nod, but then when they do get to the 60 feet, Rana will turn to the rest of them and ask them to stay here. She's gonna go up by herself.
Johnny
Not
just
exactly comfortable with that, but
Johnny just nods.
all right.
Okay. I mean, 60 feet is around, right? I don't know if Glenveler can kill her in one round. We'll see.
Kara has a bow. She's fine.
That's true.
Hang on. Before you walk away, putting Shield of Faith on you.
Okay.
Thank you. Okay, then Rana will continue.
All right. You approach the rest of the way. Glenveler watches the group move up the hill and then stop, and followed by the quick blessing given by Althea. Watches those final steps that Rana takes up to the top of the hill. Okay. When Rana gets there, she looks her over briefly, looks out at the boat in the water, back at the trio on the further back on the hill. The warrior informed blah. The warrior informed me your bodyguard is your mother. Nearly recanted when I heard. She looks at Alcara with a mixture of respect and awe there.
Can I ask why?
Surely you know your mother. The aberrant Bane. Even we've heard of her prowess.
But why would that stop you from coming?
Guess you decided that I needed to be silenced.
You know me. You know my clan. You know that's the last thing I want.
Exactly. It would be more damaging to the Daoisin to take my life than what it's worth.
Wait, can you say
At
that
least
again?
here and now. She's essentially saying that if you guys break the agreement, that it's worse for your clan than her staying alive is good for hers.
Oh, gotcha.
So what happened to Fie's sound?
Well, Fie's sound is fine. It's Fie's bell.
Answers her next question. Says, can it be
Well,
retuned?
actually, hold on. Rana's going to take a moment to um, pause and listen to confirm that thought that Fie's
Yes.
sound is fine. Is it fine?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So then, yeah, that will be her. And then Glenviller asks if it can be retuned.
Yes.
Rana looks crestfallen and she says, "That's what I was hoping you could tell me."
This seems like uncharted water. Sorry, I couldn't help myself. These are unusual times. Why was Haronia killed? She seems curious, but not accusative.
You remember that my father asked you to come help guard my mother?
Yes. Haronia was going to your home to discuss the situation with Tharon more in depth that night.
My father crafted a tuning fork. Well, hold on, let me make sure I start at the beginning. My father found a book that it was a treatise on your bell to see if Fie's bell could split souls. And the treatise determined that to be impossible, that it was beyond the purview of the gloom. The gloom wouldn't allow it. And then
Nods along and
he crafted a tuning fork to test the ring of the bell. And
which
it
is
did,
sharp now.
yes.
She nods. Looks like she's sort of connecting the pieces without further information.
Warcaster, I do not say his name the same way you do. Warcaster Herone corrupted the bell
Uh,
to attack my mother and split her soul.
the invitation was an ambush. Good strategy. Surprised Tharon had it in him.
I'm sure he's picked up a lot along the years. I know he has a great respect for your people, and I also know that he regrets what he had to do. I saw. It's hard to explain. I had to use the bell to put my mother's soul back together, and I saw Herone attack her. And so that's where we are. And now I have to try to fix it.
He says these are unwelcome tidings and feel I must seek guidance. She seems a bit lost. Some of the intensity and focus kind of breaking apart.
I know. I didn't believe it either until the evidence was staring me in the face. I don't understand. I was hoping you knew, actually. But I suppose if you did know, I would probably be dead. I just don't. I don't understand what would drive him to do such a thing.
Nor I. The man of Vasher says this sort of in that tone of like, she's definitely not gruntled. Said that you are called to unite the cord.
I can I be honest? I don't know what I'm doing. I was visited by Doe and given a brand and told to gather the bells and make them whole. I don't know what that means. I don't know why. That's what he told me to do. That's what they told me to do. So that's what I'm doing.
Not really convinced, but not challenging the claim. And says, not sure I would believe any of this had you not summoned Mie's light. I have to go find the wise of my clan and learn as much as I can.
Learn about what?
What to do? How to fix this?
How to fix what?
The bell.
Oh, the bell. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, it's a problem. Are you aware of what are the most sacred sites for the Fiacine? Wait, hold on, Jacob, can you remind me, does Rana know about the chakra points? The effective chakra points?
Sure.
Or was that something that we just kind of developed in the background? I can't
Sort of
remember
in the
what she
background.
knows.
Yeah.
Never mind. Then strike that conversation. One more question, because we do need to fix the bell. But are you leading the war against the Doisine?
No.
Who is? You're the warcaster.
As I gave up that title to seek you out. She doesn't finish the sentence with to kill you, but it sort of hangs there silently.
Yeah, we all know what she was. Yeah. Who is the warcaster?
I don't know. I left before they chose a new one.
Fuck. I don't suppose you can take the title back.
All I have to do is kill the current one. She smiles as though that seems like a trivial task.
Yeah, a feat of which I am sure you are capable. You and your squad. What do you know about Mask?
Ooh. Precious little. That an assault on Illidan was probably the most strategic, since she was, aside from you,
The youngest.
the youngest.
Yes. He is on his own task or quest to tear down the gods of this plane, this realm. And he will not stop until he has achieved that. If when you return, I ask that you talk to your clan about ceasing the hostilities against the Doisine and casting your war towards Mask. Right now, I've negotiated a ceasefire, but when he is ready, he will try to eliminate the Cord. And if we're fighting each other, that only makes it easier for him. But if we go after him together, then he can't win.
I agree. We can bring that to the Warcaster's attention when I return.
Okay.
Which will be my own attention. She smirks.
I look forward to it. To hearing about that. I mean, hearing the announcement. Okay. Then is there...
Have anything else if you don't?
Nope. That's it. So, but just to clarify, does that mean they're withdrawing and heading back to Talmel?
Yes.
Okay.
She is.
Her and her squad? Her troops?
Yes, yeah, they are. Sorry.
Okay.
I don't understand how that might give you pause to go, wait a second. Yeah, they are.
Okay,
Or-
well then Rana will give her a standing invitation to find her whenever she wants to tune with VA. It sucks to be a bell holder without your bell.
Then you're just like you're not a bell holder.
You're not a bell holder anymore.
Just what that means. All right. Yeah. So concludes that matter. She will stay on the hill as Rana departs.
Rana will wave to the boat and tell them that, like, in a way that means, like, you guys can go
The okay symbol.
back to, yeah.
Okay.
And then make her way back.
All right. I presume that, yeah, both boat almost certainly cast off from Shifnal Piers, so I assume that is where everyone is meeting up again.
Yes.
All right.
Seems reasonable. Oh, when Rana gets back to the party on the hill, she is shaking like a leaf. And she looks like she might be sick.
You
That's all.
okay there?
Yeah. Just nervous giggles. We're fine. Everything's fine.
Want to tell us about it?
Glenviller is withdrawing. They're going back to Talmel. She will be looking for... Oh, I don't remember if I told you guys this. Their bell is off tune because of the previous Warcaster, what he did. And now we need to find a way to repair it. So she is going back to Talmel to find out, and then to also talk to her clan about turning their war efforts towards Mask as opposed to my clan. So.
Okay,
That's...
but you've still got the bell, right?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Yep. So that's that.
Regroup in Shifnal?
Yes,
Yeah,
and
so-
Rana's got her letters to send.
Oh, okay. All right. The group meets back up near the dock, and yeah, probably not as eventful as everyone might have imagined it would be, but
For which we're grateful.
Yeah, going out there loaded for bear and just finding the local, stray going, "How you doing?" Well, okay then.
oh, this lake has to have something. The Loch Ness monsters, or I gotta kill something. No,
Hey,
seems
I know where the sage lives. No.
Wow.
If you want advice, go talk to him. Actually, that may not be a bad idea for Rana.
Yeah. Well, and we could ask him about the ember because we have a group goal on that. Actually, is to talk to a sage about the ember. Where is that? Group goals. Speak to sage about the planar ember. Outcome unclear, but Mask wanted it.
Yeah.
That's what we got.
undefined, but
Look, I know a guy.
Yeah.
No idea where these went, but I'm.
It is
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh,
the one that
hi.
looks like open
I
book.
didn't. Okay, yeah, and I didn't open the actual folder to look at it. Never
Ah,
mind.
I didn't realize you guys saw it like that. That makes sense.
It's
Uh,
relatively new.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry about
All
that.
right. So moving through town, you catch snippets of people speaking. It seems like there's some level of rumors and news making its way up from Three Rivers as you hear whispers about your group, sort of that heroes of Northgate, sidelong glances and yeah, just looks of admiration. And then oddly, you hear a little bit of whispers of fear in some of the villagers as you pass.
Well, it stands to reason considering the amount of firepower this small group can levy at need.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, provided we have the appropriate favor.
You also see sort of a large group of halflings. No, that's kind of an oxymoron.
A medium-sized group of halflings?
Small size.
They're good.
Group
A
of,
fun-sized pack of halflings.
big group of
Wow.
small mediums. Uh, certainly more halflings than you remember seeing in your previous experience in town. Kind of a, out there newcomers or if halflings just only come out in the middle of the day or what, but yeah, they're looking around furtively and they're each armed with some level of armament, long knives, clubs, a couple spears. Yeah.
Do they look like they're spoiling for a fight?
They
I think
look
they're afraid.
yeah, fearful, sort of easily startled, and they are especially when they come onto sort of the high street and they see the demon passing out meat to whoever wants it. They kind of shy away and back into an alley and just go in another direction altogether.
There's a certain rabbit friend of ours that's a hunting halfling. Lupine, not rabbit.
Right.
Yep.
Is that a friend of ours? Or are we
Well,
just speaking
friend
colloquially?
being loose.
In a loose sense of friendship, yes. Apparently.
Are
We
the
have had a conversation with them once.
are the pudgies around too?
Oh, the like sort of fleshy pudgy demons that
Yes.
are pulseless and
Pudgies.
gray.
Pudgies. That's what I've been.
You don't-
That's what comes up in my brain when I think about them. That's
You-
the word.
Yeah, you only saw them in like the farms themselves, working the crops. None in the town center. In fact, the only demon you've seen in the town center is the one that has the sheriff's pin, sort of uh, adhered to his chest, and sets up the table with the like whatever meat he has for that day. Today it looks like it's deer and sort of cutting pieces off and giving them out to whoever wants them.
Seeing the halflings scurry down that alleyway, I said, Johnny will look at the group and say, I think we need to go look into that. A large group of small mediums should rate our attention.
The halflings.
Yes.
Okay, sure.
Do you think they're at large?
What do you call a dwarf psychic on the run?
Hmm.
A small, medium, at large.
Oh God. Oh.
And I'm just envisioning a gaggle of the medium from Poltergeist.
Oh no.
Oh my god.
This
So they
house
are
is
they're still close enough that you could approach them if you want, or you can go a different direction altogether. Up to you. I need to use the restroom real quick, so I'll be back in about, I don't know, minute and a half.
See, Althea actually wants to go up to one of the people who's waiting in line for meat and say, can't you hunt for yourself?
You want to go chastise somebody who's getting free food while I go talk to the midgets?
Not chastise. I just want to figure out what the heck is going on here and why they're queuing up for the meat line like a bread line. It's just weird. Just very weird. And I still need to talk to the emissary at some point, although I can probably handle that retroactively offline.
So handle that where you've got your entire group backing you. Heard you were looking for me.
I don't know. Everyone want to go over to the
Like, Rana, flex on
inn
Q.
and menace the King's Emissary?
Flex on too.
Rana, flex on Q. Go. I imagine Rana trying to flex intimidate is going to look like Bantis from Guardians of the Galaxy, making that grrr
jeez.
face.
And Alcara just taps her on the shoulder and goes, "Here, honey, I've got this."
Oh man, comedy. Here I had this whole chain of spells ready to cast in case the things got real. I was like, okay, I'm going to start with this, then I'll go here. It's like, well, or not.
Mm-hmm. Which, as much as I, the player, know that we probably would have enjoyed the fight, the character Rana is extremely pleased.
Oh no, absolutely ready, happy that we did not have to get into a brawl.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
that would not have ended well for anybody.
No.
Yeah. No,
Sorry about that.
we didn't want to fight.
No,
Did not want to fight today.
So Alton, the discussion while you were gone is that apparently Althea is going to go chastise one of
Not
the local townsfolk.
chastise, dude.
Like with
I
a
just-
whip
I-
and
No, I'm
No.
just trying to figure out why the townspeople are standing in a meat bread line instead of hunting for themselves.
Oh, okay. So you are going to the line to ask?
Or to, I'm going to look around and see if there's someone who looks like they're getting ready to join the queue.
Or even easier, look for somebody who's coming away with meat in their hands.
Yeah, that's either option. If you ask, they'll say free meat.
Johnny
And
shoots the I told
how-
you so.
And how long ago did this begin?
About 10 days. Yeah, 10 or 11 days. Oh wait, this is day. Forgot that we had some time skip in the.
So maybe 2 weeks.
Yeah, looks like 14, 15 days.
And was the hunting what brought on the change?
The that thing, and he sort of gestures to the demon, like without trying to draw attention to the fact that he's pointing at the demon.
Mhm.
Well, said that he wanted to foster goodwill.
Interesting. All right. Thank you for your time.
Goes away with his launch.
And that decides it. Well, shall we go talk to the gaggle of halflings?
Yes, it doesn't look like the demon's going anywhere for a while.
He's been pretty regular about that from what we've been able to observe so far.
What you've seen and heard about is that it's starts early morning and goes until it's given out all the meat, or has to toss it because it's night. Okay, you approach the halflings. They're a bit fearful and shy away from the group, but they don't like run. Just sort of like, what do you want?
Johnny will
Sort of vibe.
Johnny will hunker down to get on their eye level. It's like,
Okay.
we are curious as to why you're so nervous in town. Is there something that you need help with?
No, we're just going east. East, yep.
All right, roll. I want to check insight to see. But I don't even need it. This dude's lying. They're panicking. Come on, what's going on? You have a large group of you and your brethren here, and me and my friends are problem solvers, if you will. So what's going on? It is okay to speak to us.
You haven't heard that halflings are being hunted?
Oh no, we've heard about that, yes, but not here. Are you looking for help here to go deal with that problem in Three Rivers?
Oh, no. He looks around, sort of trying to find some sort of level of sort of passing off the responsibility of talking, and no one seems to want to take that up. And so he turns back and says, "We're from Milborn. We have to get out of there. They're butchering them. Us,
Milburn.
our people."
Johnny will look at Rana and Althea and actually look at the whole team and says, "That's news."
Who?
They're slaughtering you just out in the open? What?
He shakes his head, and at night they were crestfallen. And just every couple nights, well, every couple mornings, just be a little market stand with meat. And he says it like he doesn't want to. What is it?
Something is
Confirm
killing.
that it's halfling meat, wrapped in butcher paper on the stand.
And who buys it?
He shakes his head. No one. It's just there to show what they do to us.
Who is they?
I mean, I don't know in Milborn, but heard that in Kingsdale there's a thin man stalking halflings. And he always asks who set fire to the tower. We don't know what tower it is. He swallows and.
Do you know? Okay. The player here has a really good idea of what's going on, but Johnny has no clue.
Right.
Okay.
Althea will kneel down on one knee so that she's on same level too. And she's looking around. How many of them are there?
It's 9 halflings. So like 4.5 real people.
Wow.
Well, hey, it'll only take $5.
Bro, I don't think you can say that on Twitch.
It's not my stream.
Oh man.
Dang.
Oh man.
Okay.
You appear to be prepared for a fight, yes?
If we can. Laughs nervously, like they don't really, they're not really confident in their ability to fight.
Tell you what. Go to the Shifnal Keep. Tell Dargolath, the steward. He's a demon, don't let that put you off. Tell him that
Eyes go wide.
Tell him that Lady Shifnal has sent you, and that he is to find room in the barracks for you, and set you to training with the men-at-arms. All right?
They look around like, is this a good, they sort of whisper to each other, asking, like, you think we should do that? I mean, we could, east is the Badlands anyways, that's my cousin. We'll see where this goes. Sort of like, they're not convinced, but they have to go east anyways, so they're gonna pass by the keep. They can at least get some sort of like
At
a
least-
meal out of it, if nothing
Yeah.
else.
They can at
And-
least get a meal and a safe night's sleep, safe-ish.
So they agree, and they'll head off in that direction unless you have anything else.
Really quick, have there been any reports of halflings being killed in Shifnal yet?
Asking around, you don't hear anything like that.
Okay.
It seems confined to the larger cities. If just gathering and just asking about rumors and news. Like Womborn and Adderley haven't seen any. Milborn, Kingsdale have seen the most, maybe a couple in Bryn Melon, but villages the size of Shifnal, nothing yet.
Okay. Thank you.
Anything else?
Is there any description besides a thin man for what's happening in Kingsdale? Like any type of operation?
They say Thin Man. They are a little loath to actually describe him, but say it's like a man so emaciated that all of his muscles gone, and got like deep red eyes and smells of death. Kind of sounds like maybe an undead.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's right up my alley. It's like,
Yep.
yep. Okay.
Yeah. So the halflings set off towards the keep. They give the area that the demon is given out meat a wide berth and just sort of move around to the backside of those buildings before heading down the path in the forest.
Okay. Well, that's not something we can focus on right now, unfortunately. We have an overly full plate.
Our dance card's full.
Yeah, I hate it that we don't have room or we don't have time. We've got to deal with Mask. We've got to deal with the bells. He looks at Rana and he says, and I've got my own things I got to deal with. There's a reason I went and talked to that sage. So, and he says, and he looks over at Althea and he says, and we've got His Majesty and our cause. We have a very full docket.
Yes, we do. Speaking of His Majesty, Althea is going to turn to Alcara and Tharan and the others who are not part of the normal party.
Okay.
And
Sangmar watches attentively.
It appears that the concern over the Fiasin elves is no longer an issue. If you wish to remain here, you are welcome. You have my hospitality. But I do not know if there are other things that would take you away from here at speed. There are some things that I need to tend to. I don't know how many of you care to join me, but I do need to speak to the King's Emissary. And then we need to sort out what we're doing next.
I'll go with you.
Theron will respond that he was here for Rana, and as that seems concluded, he has business back with his clan. They are at war, and that's going to take a bit of work either way. So turns to Rana and asks if she would like him to stay any longer.
Rana would like to debrief about the conversation with Glenvelar, and then, yeah, obviously she doesn't want to keep her family any longer than
Sorry.
necessary. Also, Rajon's back home. And...
Yes. Okay, so they'll probably stay another day.
Okay. I was going to say I'd invite everybody to the inn, and they can get the private room and talk in there while I go talk to the emissary. That whatever.
Johnny also stops. Oh, and it looks at Ambrose and says, "I am so sorry. I forgot. You have a major endeavor that has to be taken care of too. Sorry, buddy. I did not mean to exclude you. There's just so many things to try and keep track of."
Yeah, I got you.
Oopsie.
Sorry.
Kill or wrath.
Well,
take out an elder aberrate being.
Yeah,
Are you saying that out
hang
loud?
that one up on the to-do list for the fridge.
No, it's me as a player, like, to do.
That goes on the 5-year plan. Since you are on the high street, you do see, I forgot about this until someone mentioned an inn. You do see the blasted remains of the inn that you stayed at a few times last you visited.
Oh.
Is Martha okay?
She is, yes.
Oh, that's good.
Why did you say that?
Martha, right.
Wow.
Okay, you know that he's staying at the more expensive, more respectable inn that was right across the street. The Envoy, that is. So if that was what you wanted to deal with.
I thought
right
Martha's inn was the more respectable inn.
It was.
By process of elimination, the other inn is now the more respectable inn.
Yeah. What happened to Rowan?
Yeah.
Did he trip?
No, I was looking over my character sheet, and my hit point total was
accidentally
wrong.
Changed the. That happens.
Speaking of...
the Deathseer is just sort of floating along the ground behind you, of course. And so, is Althea going to go to that inn now with, I guess, Johnny?
I mean, we're in town. It seems a shame not to go.
And the emissary is waiting.
Unless you would prefer to handle that offline, which is fine with me.
I think is it going to be... Well, what I have for it is fairly quick, so you can do it unless you expect more lengthy speaking. Okay.
That's fine. Let's go and talk to the King's Emissary.
All right.
As we all pile into this inn.
Oh, everyone's going.
Rana and
Yeah, whatever.
Alcara will actually stay outside.
Okay. Okay. If y'all want to head back up to the keep, we can meet you there.
Yeah, Thorin will stay as well outside with them.
Okay.
And Sangmar. And Gaz. I think that's everyone.
And will Ambrose and Tonist join us inside or no?
Rowan will be outside.
Am I not inside?
You can be inside with him. All right. The envoy is a short man with a sort of tonsure haircut, introduced himself as Esquire Martin Cecil of Downey. He's respectable, sort of respectably dressed, but unarmed, unarmored. It's just sort of been fine, not too expensive clothing. And with him is a man in a black breastplate. He has no coat of arms or insignia of any type that you can see, but it looks very well made. It has a lot of like accents and whorls on the plate itself.
It was fancy.
And he holds himself with an air of nobility, but only introduced himself as Rylan. Sort of sharp jawline, blonde hair. After introductions are made, I assume that you don't really hold back. You are there to talk to him as the Baroness, so
Yes.
kind of silly to like, I'm some other person. Anyways, so I just assume that's what happened. He will. So after introductions, he.
And apologies that that my visit to him has been delayed. There has been much else that needed more immediate attention.
He nods. Yes, I understood that you were in the south. The reason I am here today, these past few days, is that King Leto learned that your barony did not owe fealty to Duke Davis. So I'm here to ensure that you support Leto in his rulership.
This is new, is it not? How recently did King Leto come to the throne?
He was coronated 20 days ago.
20 days ago. Yes, we had been unaware of this.
Indeed.
I mean, naturally, Duke Davis is liege man to the king, is he not?
Of course. But he made it clear that he did not grant you this barony with expectations of your own fealty to him.
Whether he granted it or not, with expectations of fealty, I cannot but hold a debt in my own mind to Duke Davis.
You can't hold a debt to Duke Davis?
No, I cannot keep from holding in my mind that there is a debt owed to Duke Davis.
Okay. Just wanted to clarify. I'm like, yeah.
Whether he
That's a
demanded
triple
one
negative.
formally or not. Sorry. Yeah. Yes, it's noble talk.
We don't not
It's the royal
just
talk.
want you to. No. Yes, that is why I'm here, to ensure that these confirmations are in place. We don't want an unknown quantity so close to. Oh shoot, what's up? Can't remember the name of the town, so we'll just say Leto's city. And I didn't want to look it up real quick. So he follows it up with, Shifnal is small, but still a part of Gresha. And knowing that you feel a debt of fealty to Davis will be good tidings to King Leto.
So, last I understood, he was looking to kill me.
He seems a bit shocked and says, "That couldn't be furthest from the truth. So long as you do stand by him." So with that, what you've said, I see no reason you should fear for your life. From King Leto, that is. Now, as to these demons, Leto expects this barony to be cleared of the demonic influences as soon as possible.
At the moment, I'm not entirely sure how to do that. I find myself trapped in a bargain that I did not know the full terms of.
So your armament and your news of your exploits in the south, could you not take a sword to the problem?
Oh, we might be able to. But I need more information on the depth of it at this point.
No.
From recent communique that I have received, it appears that this is an ongoing issue with Shifnal, and I need to find out the history of that if I am to root it out.
Understood.
In other words, Shifnal came to me this way, and I was not informed of the extra baggage.
His grace is not unreasonable. Many changes have occurred in these last few weeks. He expects some measure of success by the end of the harvest season. It's summer now, so he's saying like 4-ish months.
His Majesty may be assured it's already a priority for me.
That is excellent to hear. I'll take this news to him immediately. Do you have anything else for him?
I am curious. I would imagine that you have news from all over Grecia. Can you tell me who is Duke in Mulfrey at this time?
He swallows and says, "There's news of a pretender king."
Tender King, really? And what is his name?
One moment. I will grab that for you. I'm going to put it in general chat and then say it. The pretender king is former Duke Marius Dunkel.
And in order to secure support in the region, would he have possibly handed out a dukedom, be handing out dukedoms to other people whom he trusts?
Naturally.
That would explain how Duke, the new Duke Powis came to be in power.
Yeah, Johnny just kind of looks over at Althea.
We have heard rumblings, but I will not make any comments on things that can't be confirmed.
Well, you may assure His Majesty that I do not support Duke Powis.
He kind of tilts his head a little bit and narrows his eyes. Have you not heard? Syldanis Varen's publicly denounced you.
I
Says
had
that you're
not
not a
heard.
Varens at all.
I had not heard, but that makes more sense now. He refuses to acknowledge that I was born of his loins.
Yeah, he sort of agrees that that's what happened.
That explains a great many things. Thank you.
All right. Yeah, he makes his goodbyes and will head up with his escort to the rooms above the tavern to pack up and leave.
Johnny will lean over to Althea. Maybe you should show him that that missive. Gives a lot of lies to a lot of things, including the denouncement.
That's true.
That could be valuable information for His Majesty, and could drive another bit of divisiveness in the Pretender King's power base.
Perhaps, but if I am to deliver that, I think I would want to deliver it to His Majesty myself.
Well, you are one of the vassals. And his secretary is right upstairs, so.
I think we will let his secretary leave.
Alright.
Right, good stuff. Back to the keep. Or
So
To the Bat Keep.
join everyone else. Join the waiting group outside. So yeah, Tonist, Johnny, Althea, and Ambrose were inside, so heard all that. Rana and Rowan did not, just to keep those lines clear.
Yep.
And so now that you're regrouped, there was a suggestion to go back to the keep. Anything else?
Nope.
All right, not hearing any dissent. Everyone heads back to the keep, and there is nothing that happens on the way. It's quiet and peaceful. The keep itself, with the repairs that have been completed, is looking better than it did just a few days ago when it had a couple extra holes in it. Yeah, but
design features.
Althea will fall in next to Thurin and ask him if he would have a little bit of time to look over a scroll of old paperwork, or a packet of old paperwork that she has before he departs the
yeah,
next day.
yep. Like we can do that. I'll probably ask that we do that on the side, just so because I want to be able to do whatever that review is the proper way.
Absolutely.
Okay. All right. Back at the keep, and resting. What do you do next?
How are the repairs on the Doom engine going?
Very fast. In fact, the original estimate of 5 days was cut down by a day with Tharon's help. So they'll most likely have the new weapon platform fitted before he leaves tomorrow. Oh yeah, that's why he wanted to stay, to finish that.
What?
Thoron is staying not just to have additional time, but he wants to finish work on the new toy.
Right. Has there, so maybe Tonist, has there been any talk of figuring out a way to get the tank over the river? Since originally our plan was to do repairs and then head out to Ymira. Rana was hesitant to do that while Glenviller was hunting her, but since Glenviller is going back to Talmel, that's no longer an issue. So if we that still might be delayed, but that was the thing, because we don't want to have to go up to Womborn every time to get to the wastes.
Right. And get permission to actually use that bridge.
That too, yeah, because that's a whole deal. So is there any way, or like have we been thinking of ways to get the tank over the river?
Anyone?
I don't think turning it into an amphibious craft is really doable in this setting.
Yeah.
Because
That's fair.
Somewhere where
that would be the most efficient way for me to say it is, waterproof the thing.
Figure out how
And
to bleh, seal it like airtight.
yeah, exactly.
Into
And
a
then just
giant apparatus of Quailish.
pretty much exactly that. I mean, Johnny can try and figure it out, but with working with Tunnist, but that would be another major undertaking, I would imagine, even if Johnny was to use his talents in
Right.
crafting.
Right. I do know that Althea is wanting to stick around to make sure that she can greet Michael and Ainsley.
Hmm.
Is that accurate? You're wanting to be here when they get here?
Yes.
Right. So
Or
probably
even ride east to meet them.
oh, before they get
Beca-
here, since you did just swear fealty to Leto.
Oh no, but I very carefully didn't.
Oh, okay. I
You
wasn't
didn't catch
sure.
that? Oh yeah, no,
No.
she double talked that one. It was beautiful.
Great. Okay.
Yeah.
Um that makes things easier. Um
And Johnny needs to actually go east as well. Quite a field further, but yeah.
isn't that southeast?
Eventually,
Are you
yes.
talking about the thing he was chatting with Rana?
Yeah, I now have a map.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Um
The old ELV map.
right. So that's the other thing. Both Rana and Johnny need to go southeast, and isn't Porthcawl
Mm-hmm.
on the
That's where
way?
technically, yes, that's one of the starting points on Johnny's map.
So that could be
We could
there's
go
three of us now that need to head in that direction.
we could raise Porthcawl and bring out the false duke and behead him in the street, and
Um
that's what you get.
okay. So
Sorry.
no, it's okay. I'm just trying to make sure that we cover all the things that like people are wanting to do, cuz
Yeah.
if we do eventually want to go take out Ymira, we need a way to get the tank over the river.
And is that west?
That is west. Well, I don't know if it's directly west of Shifnal, but it is to the west over
It's west and north. And
Yeah.
it's a ways.
right. So while we're doing other things, or if we're going to wait for Queen Ainsley to get here, we could be working on that solution.
Yeah.
Or there's a bunch of other things we could do as well.
Yeah.
Riding out to meet her would definitely cut down on the wait time, that's for sure.
My question for
Tonist, is there a way to make the Doom engine amphib?
Well, how much time we got?
You can do anything if you have enough time and materials.
Since Tharon is still here, Rana will also ask him if he has any ideas of how to get the tank over the river.
Could we do? I have a map of the Underdark entrances.
Take it through the Underdark, and find a way out on the in the wastes.
Oh, would it fit?
We
There
took
are
it. We
sections
took it
that-
in and got it out from the Underdark.
Yes,
Initially.
Yeah, we did.
That's a good idea.
We went and fought the demons, right?
Yep. I have that map somewhere. At some point, I was given to me. I don't know.
Yes. There's one. Well, there's one near that town, that small village to the north.
Would what was it? Ishiro guide us? Is he still
Yoshi?
around? Hiroshi, yeah.
We can ask him when he gets back.
Yeah.
it
Or
sounds like
gas.
Valis probably could.
Pilith.
Oh, Valis too, yeah.
No, not Pilith. Borden? One of those two villages. There's a Underdark entrance in the caves near it.
If I were
Johnny's
to
gonna
look for that map,
Johnny's gonna look over at Ambrose and say, "Hey, buddy, for what you need and want to accomplish, is that a mobile concern? I mean, can you do that from just about anywhere? Or is there somewhere specific you have to be? Because we're literally planning to go all over the map here, and I don't want to forget what you need."
Dude, I'm gonna be real. I've never tried to kill God before. I'm flying by the seat of my pants right now.
Cool. So we'll take that as a mobile option, and we'll just make sure that it stays on the playboard. Yeah,
See what happens.
Absolutely.
Didn't you say? Oh, I wasn't there for that conversation. Me as the player, though, I think Ambrose got a map of where the cult locations are. Do you
Is
know
it like a physical map? I thought Velas just told me.
Yep, told you
Told
names
him.
of
a
cities.
list of locations?
Yeah, I got a list.
Okay. If Ambrose ever shares that information, then we can figure out if there's any overlap. Like, so if one of those cities is like between Shifnal and Porthcawl on our way southeast, then we can. I'm gonna say it this way. We can hit that.
So yeah,
on the way.
Birds,
It would make
stones,
sense
yeah.
for. It's a good call. It would make sense for Ambrose to bring that up. So yeah, there's, based on the information from Valis, there are some remaining cult cells in Halifax, which is a city. Then the
remember seeing
duchies
that.
of Barsdale and Powys or Powys,
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
OWYS.
Mm-hmm.
Then there's also one in the region of Dublin. By the way, Jacob, you're a fucking hero for thinking up all these names. These are fantastic fantasy place names. I love these.
I don't see Dublin.
Dublin. Dublin is the name of a region. It's not an individual duchy. All that northeast region, Caithness and Dunbar, Buchan and
Carrick.
Carrick, that's Dublin, and the hills themselves.
Okay.
Yeah, so
I
I
feel
guess,
like that I have to come clean a little bit. A lot of these are like Welsh or Scottish, so it's kind of a diss to them. Your places sound like fantasy land. I'm just kidding. But I appreciate
Just
it.
from another age.
I'd like to buy a vowel.
Yeah, right. Okay, so if one is in Powys, then we can totally take care of that while it's definitely starting to sound like a lot of us have business down in that direction. So maybe writing out to go talk to Queen Ainsley is a good idea, because then we can just head southeast from there. We don't have to wait for her to come to Shifnal. That doesn't solve the... Oh, wait, we were going to go through the Underdark, and Valis can guide us through the Underdark for whenever we want to go take out... What's her name?
Ymir.
Ymira. Thank you.
That's the undead. That's the undead portion of the quest's to-do list, right? Yeah.
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 Okay, so then next, once the repairs are completed, should we just start riding out to go find Ainsley?
I think that's a good idea. I am going to leave instruction with Dargaloth that we are not coming back to the keep, and that he is to allow Ainsley to conquer, and she does that with air quotes, conquer and take possession of Shifnal Keep in the absence of the Baroness, so that they can use this as a base of operations if they wish.
Putting a lot of trust in Michael there, aren't you?
In my brother, absolutely.
Yeah.
I trust my brother with everything.
Okay. Cool.
And hopefully he hasn't changed too much. But yeah,
Oh,
so it's a
shoot.
bit because we already know that Queen Ainsley's army is coming this direction. We're just going out to meet them because this whole thing with Leto's envoy coming out and saying, "So you swear fealty, right?" And me saying, "Well, I have fealties to this person, at least in my own mind, but there's nothing on paper."
Okay, I wasn't sure if there was like an official. I mean, it makes sense that there would be some sort of official ceremony, but I wasn't sure if this was just like I don't know. I don't know how any of
With
this
Davis?
works. No, like an official ceremony for swearing fealty to Leto.
Nope, there was not. There was nothing official.
No, I know there was nothing official about
Wired.
that conversation, but I wondered if there was like a ceremony where
Yeah,
they'll be
there
like,
usually is a public acknowledgement. Yes.
right, exactly. It was like, okay, then we can expect you in Leto's Keep, in 2 weeks to swear fealty publicly or something like that.
Oh, no, there was no timeline given. There was nothing like that. Yeah, Althea will have conveyed what transpired, and
Okay.
yeah, that she was very careful in not swearing fealty to Leto because there's a lot more going on here.
Okay.
And when the only brother that she actually trusts is with a quote unquote pretender queen, yeah, she's hedging her bets.
Yeah. Okay. So then Rana has a request. If that's what the collective agreement is, she's waiting for a couple of letters. So she would, once the repairs on the Doom engine are done, she would, and if the letters are not there, she would ask to like maybe delay leaving a day or two to see if the letters come in. Um, but no longer than that. Like she doesn't want to delay the party too much. Is that okay?
Can we have them forwarded?
To the Doom engine?
Maybe not to the Doom engine, but to wherever we expect to pop out next.
I don't know how to do that. I think one of the letters is coming back via Hiroshi. Um, but and like I suppose he would be able to find them, but the other letter, actually this is important. The other letter is coming from the Earl of Kingsdale because Rana wrote her a letter being like, "Hey, you've got quite a sizable bounty on my head. Why?" So that she's waiting to hear back from the Earl on that. That might be that she would prefer not to delay that if possible because she is the ambassador from the elves to Gresha, and she needs to get that cleared up pretty quickly so that she can do her job.
Okay, that's totally understandable. Yeah, just
But hopefully, yeah, hopefully it won't take that long. She sent it at highest priority.
okay.
But that's all. So like if we can wait till those letters come in, or at least that letter for sure, then we can take off. Does that sound good to everybody?
Yeah, gives us more time to secure the keep, make sure Shifnal's okay,
Yeah.
find out what they need. We can actually tell the halflings they can come with us if they want to, and they'll have a little bit of protection a little further toward the east.
Oh, yeah. Since they were wanting to go east anyway. Sure. Ah, well.
Send a good letter off to Jaxar.
Yes. Actually, I did. I threw that in the RP, but I do want to make sure that happens.
You cut off.
Oh, I did?
You threw that in.
The RP?
Ah,
But I do want to make sure that that happens. That we get Rana will have input on the letter, mostly regarding the blight and the Death Seer's assertion that the blight will find like a, what did he call it? Like almost like a catalyst through the steppe, and then make its way into Gresha through the steppe. And I think the Conclave, since they were responsible for the Warl last time, they should know that, so that hopefully they can start working on a solution to maybe barring entry from the north. So Rana will make sure that that's included in the letter back to Jaxar.
Good.
fair enough. We'll probably get that composed before next session. Not, try not to worry too much about it being like written up right now. I mean,
Yeah, is just like an outline, okay?
Okay, so a few more days until the. How soon? How soon do those letters arrive? Alazan.
one second. Looks like we're in day 5. Oh, tomorrow. Yeah, so they'll actually arrive the next day. So
No.
not too much, not too long after.
Wait, we're in
There
day
was.
5 already?
Are we?
Day
Are we not?
4. Day 4 was the day we talked to Glenveller.
2 days.
Okay, cool. That's fine.
Time is hard.
Time
It
is
is
hard.
when,
Almost
well,
as
one
hard
of
as
the
words.
letters had some back and forth on when it was actually sent. It's like, I don't know. Just don't make me think about it.
Sorry.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Gresham
Okay.
Postal Service is not reliable.
Nope.
It's
Okay, so
really
with that,
not.
with that timeline in mind. Oh, sorry. So there's something else?
Oh, just Althea is going to go into town and have a talk with the sheriff about somehow making the presence of demons a little less obvious, so that the town doesn't bring King Leto's troops.
Okay. So do you do that same day, like right after, or maybe not right after, because you guys went back to the keep. So maybe next day you go into town to speak with the sheriff.
with the sheriff, with the populace, kind of take the temperature, also find out just how committed to our cause the sheriff is. Yeah, because clearly I have to work with these things for the time being. Anyway.
Okay. So approaching the sheriff, he appears to believe that Althea is there for meat and tells her to wait her turn as he serves another, or it serves another. But I guess there's Althea is not there for that, so probably just cuts in and tells him what you just relayed, rather than be like,
Yeah.
"All right, I'll go back to the back of the line." It will tell Althea that, well, our presence is less prevalent than you expect.
It's less prevalent, but you're rather obvious. Can you alter your form in any way to look a little less conspicuous?
That's a good question. No. No, he can. No, it cannot. It says put on a cloak, but the thing is, like 9 feet tall, so even with a cloak, it's going to stand out, especially since it's a horned creature with red eyes.
I don't suppose you've ever considered deputizing some of the gentlemen in the town and letting them take the more public tasks?
Look at this. Says we have deputies.
And where are they?
It. Demons are its. It points to the well that's nearby, and when you first look, there's nothing there, but a formerly invisible creature appears, and there's a winged creature just sitting watching the villagers moving about. Then, without being told or pointed at again, it goes invisible once more. There's a few of them.
I strongly suggest that you deputize a human. That
He
you have
grabs.
someone that
Hey,
you
it. Demons are its, damn it.
demons are its.
It grabs the person first in line at the meet and says, "You're a deputy now,"
Wait for that.
and sort of pulls him onto its side of the table. Give out meat. Then turns back to Althea. Good.
Better. Thank you. The situation is that King Leto has dictated that the demonic influence and presence in this region be dealt with. And if I don't, he will. I don't think that you want Leto's armies in here to quote unquote deal with you.
Clacks one of its pincers. Does that mean you are?
I'm leaving things as they are for the time being.
He turns and opens the door to the sort of town hall sheriff's area and just squeezes through the doorway and into the building, shuts it without another word.
Sullen
It-
demon
it
is
does
sullen.
All right. So I'll turn back to the guy who's at the table and say, "What is your name?" Give him whatever name you want.
What is your quest?
Wow.
Charles, what? And just turns to the line, like, I guess, and he hacks off a piece of meat and gives it to the next person.
Charles, thank you for allowing yourself to be voluntold. I need you in this position. The town needs you in this position.
I'm not gonna refuse that thing.
Well, I hope that you also will not refuse your Baroness.
He seems more afraid of refusing the Glabrezu
Well,
at the moment.
obviously. You have my thanks. I think that's more than it will give you. Aside from not killing you.
Right.
So,
And eating
please.
you.
Set to the task. Keep an eye on things. And please remind Glabrezu, if he comes out, of what I have said today.
That thing has a name? No way.
It does.
All
right, and that's it.
It's like wide-eyed and just like, I guess I'm a deputy now, and keeps doling out meat as he can.
Mm-hmm. I'm assuming the people in line are like confused, but they're happier to be dealing with a human.
Most of them look relieved that they weren't in front.
Yes. Okay, cool.
Nice.
Back at the keep, I suppose, unless there's anything else anyone wants to. Okay, so back at the keep, the rest of the day passes uneventfully, Thauron and family say their goodbyes and depart. Oh, I misspelled a word. I better fix that before it drives me crazy. Okay. And then more time passes. In the morning, they milling about. There's calls from the front tower near the gates of riders. Riders approach. And those that go to the wall and look out in the direction to the east, so not from Shifnal, can see 3 riders on. They ride, sort of horses, but they have a very strong serpent-like influence. The riders themselves are scaled humanoids, reflect off sort of shiny and white, black and red. Each one of the 3 has one of those colors, so it's not, a red, white, and black scale. It's 1 white, 1 black, 1 red.
Got it.
As they ride, see that they're quite fast, much faster than you would expect the standard horse to be. But shadow falls over them, and you see maybe 100 feet in the air. It's a small black dragon flying above. This distance, it's probably no bigger than like a mastiff or a wolfhound.
Oh, that's not
Where
so
they coming-
either.
Still a black dragon.
Which
True.
direction are they coming from?
East.
Okay, thank you.
And we can see them from the keep?
Yeah, if you stayed in the tower, you could see them from a arrow slit or a window in the keep, but
Okay.
it was called out by the guards in the tower there.
Right.
Yeah, so they approach you. The black scaled rider holds up a hand when they get to the gates, holds up a hand in greeting and says, I'm Karis, and traveled from the south to treat with the riders of the engine.
Johnny will just
We're the
look it off.
riders of the engine. I'm assuming by gates they came up at the south.
Oh, sorry. Hey, there they are.
There we go. Okay.
Yep, so the one that spoke is the black scaled rider. It's cloaked, but doesn't have any arms or armor. There's the red one that is wearing plate, carries a shield and axe, and the white one just sort of has pauldrons and van braces of plate, but only a leather jerk. Doesn't carry any visible weapons.
We are the riders of the engine.
May we enter? Indicates the closed gates.
If you enter in peace, you may have the hospitality of my home.
All right. That feels like a signal to the guards who open up the gate, and the scaly ones enter. They'll dismount and sort of hand off their reins to stable hand. Who rules here?
I
So far,
do.
just the black scaled one speaking. Ah. Good. I mentioned I'm Karis. Pauses expectantly.
I am Althea Elzmar, formerly Baroness Shifnal.
Very nice. Now, the reason we're here, that you traveled through the domain of our master, the Regent Tazira.
This again.
Was determined that you've insulted her by not providing recompense for the passage made through her lands. We're here to amend that.
Recompense? We took nothing from the land. We left nothing behind us.
Maybe not recompense. It's probably the wrong word. Just say payment.
Tribute.
Yeah.
tribute Jesus knows.
Mm. Lands made safe by her efforts.
And you are now in my lands. Should I not demand recompense from you? Or tribute?
It. It's hard to tell what gender they are, so I'm going to refer to them as theys. They say the expectation when you traveled through was to relinquish the control of a sapphire that belongs to our people. If we have anything of yours, I will gladly return it.
A sapphire that belongs to your people. To what do you refer specifically?
There's a sapphire which emanates the magic of Zivis. Sapphire Queen. Seems to be in your possession.
Sorry.
Um,
Oh man.
in my possession.
They raise their eyebrows, though it's clear to them.
So it is not something with the Doom engine itself.
The engine is of dwarven make. We do not demand anything of it.
The sapphire of which you speak was given as a boon to a friend of mine, and he entrusted me with a piece of it. It was given by that queen. It is no property of yours or of your mistress's.
Make a persuasion check for me.
Is there something special about her, sapphire?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, nobody in the party knows about this, by the way, for
No.
very good reason.
Well, Rana does now because she's listening at the arrow slit.
Well, yes, but nobody has known that Altheus has had this.
Correct. Yes. This is new information for the party.
Yeah.
Was that perception check to?
Oh, I'm sorry. It was meant to be persuasion.
Oh.
So the persuasion would be +7.
Oh, that's even better.
Plus, doesn't 8 help there?
What?
Rana said she cast 8 on you.
Oh,
8 is for
Health.
HP, isn't it?
Oh, that's that one. I'm
Also,
thinking
that was a
about-
couple days ago now.
It says 49 minutes ago on my screen.
Womp womp.
right. No, so 25. If I can please keep that roll.
Are you sure you don't want to perceive the things around you?
Nope, I'm pretty sure.
Ah. How very dare you?
I'm letting other people do the perceiving.
That's probably for the best. With the, only because it says +0, so I'm kind of like, well, that makes sense. See, what can we do to convince you to part with it?
Unfortunately, it is not mine to give. It is loaned only. You would have to speak with the owner. And I do not know his whereabouts at this time.
Sorry, in my head, I'm imagining even more things hunting halflings.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know. Same here.
And who is the owner?
His name is Havelock.
That little dude causes so much trouble.
Yeah, he does.
I have a description.
Are you
of
asking me for the description of Havelock?
Havelock. I'm asking, or Curris is asking Althea.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
I'm not certain I wish to give you aid in hunting my friend. I am sure you understand.
They look to the white one,
Oops, sorry.
and
ignore
then
that.
an arrow flies out larger than.
Nope, it sure
a
doesn't.
person's
You ignore
forearm.
that.
No.
That was an accident.
Yes, I wanted to
What?
still run with that silly idea. There's a chat thing that says "great bow" in the, as though a great bow attack had just been launched.
It's a pretty great bow.
Here, it does say that if you click on it.
It's a pretty great bow.
Curris looks to the white one, who merely nods and turns back to Althea. They say, "Very well." And they raise their voice so that everyone in the keep might hear and shout out, "Anyone with a description of this Havelock will be given 1,000 gold."
What?
We don't
Pretty good
like
money.
Havelock, right? Or do we? I don't remember.
I mean, that's
We
your
do like
decision as a
Havelock.
that's
If
your
if
decision
you
as a
rat-
character.
Yeah, dude, if you rat Havelock out, Althea will have your nuts on a plate.
Wow.
That's nuts. These pistachios? Are they more fleshy? Anyways,
Oh my
Wow.
God.
Dude.
Bush
just
nuts.
No, Havelock
now
was
an
the-
extreme flavor. Anyways,
Havelock and Althea started this whole campaign out together, and Havelock took a couple of ballista bolts and went, "Nope, this is not for me. Hey, Johnny, you owe me a favor. You're going to come protect these people." And that's when Johnny joined the party and Havelock left.
And Havelock's been wreaking various and sundry forms of adventure and excitement across the countryside ever since.
That we don't know about.
Right.
Aside from Havelock warned me that Leto was ready to kill me, and he also located my brother for me.
And had a brief interaction with Rana too. So
Yeah.
He's actually been well. That's it. Never mind.
quick check. Is anyone taking up these Dragonborn on the offer? Cool. Karis nods. They say, "As expected." And very well, we will depart from this place.
Go in peace.
They retrieve their mounts and exit the courtyard. You watch as they sort of ride out west a bit. The dragon that was flying over them comes down to flies down, and they seem to discuss, and then flies back up. They travel in the direction of the village.
Okay.
Somebody in town's gonna be a lot richer.
Havelock's never been to. I don't think Havelock's ever been in that town.
Yeah,
He
he
has.
sure
have a
has.
bunker in that town.
He has.
I just imagining this like dirty peasant that's in a top hat and has like a golden monocle and this like a cane with this huge diamond on it.
Oh,
Good
like a
evening,
Monopoly Man.
gents.
Yeah, I can see that.
Well, and there is a question of whether anyone in the town would actually remember Havelock.
Yeah, he is decidedly nondescript for a reason. He is utterly forgettable. But whatever.
Let us roll the most initiatives.
Initiative?
Oh,
Maybe.
pardon? All right.
Ooh, what?
Heck yeah.
Let's do the thing.
Seriously, I don't even know what we're fighting.
Wow. A
For once I
9
roll
and
high.
a 3.
Holy crap! I outrolled Rana.
Right?
How did that happen?
I rolled a 2.
And Ambrose and Johnny are on par. But what?
Yeah. We will
Um,
rock paper scissors for primacy.
yes, how is your map looking?
Fine.
Oh, cool. Please arrange yourself in however you expect your characters to have been during that exchange. I believe Rana was at the window listening, so she seems like
Correct.
she's where she was. Yeah.
Correct.
I very intentionally walked out to stand on the balcony here.
I do see that, yeah. I thought that was on
Intentional.
purpose. Rowan seemed to have been just like in a random spot, so I didn't want to assume that that's correct for him.
As a player, I wanted to see what the tokens looked like.
Yeah, that's kind of why I was doing it too.
Did you get to?
I did.
Yeah. Is there a door here? There was some passage here. How does that work?
1 second, I'm not on that right now, so I will.
There was a hole in the
Okay.
wall at one point.
That was patched by Tharon.
Right.
The door was actually on this catwalk, and it goes to the next level up.
So can I not be here?
I mean, you could have gotten there.
The
There's
way
ways
that I had to do it because I couldn't open the door was I walked through the window.
Nice. And then yeah, that's funny. But all right. So with that,
Well, if that's the case, then if there's no way to actually like get here properly, I would have. Oh wait, that's a level up, isn't it?
right. So I mean, you could use this
Oh, I
staircase
see.
here,
Okay, so I would have walked the
and then
long.
you just
Yeah,
walk around. Yeah.
yeah. I still would have wanted to be on the balcony, gone the long way.
What did I roll? I rolled something at one point. And those are not fantastic rolls for what's normally expected. All right. So, moments after they ride away, and one sort of like, what? These two large winged creatures without forelegs land on the corners of the keep.
Yeah, the wyverns. Because I saw those circling in chat.
It appears to be a wyvern.
Does Rana get her bonuses against wyverns?
Is it a bonus to against dragons?
Yeah.
Then yep.
Okay, cool.
I didn't see that.
All right.
I gotta look those up. I haven't had to. Okay, hold on. But I'm not going first, so.
Yes. You are.
I will have
correct.
it by the time it's my turn.
Cool. All right. So, it will be Althea first. These wyverns are. So, the large creature. They look like creatures that have probably been have like a vague familiarity with. You understand that they exist, but maybe aren't the most don't have the most expert knowledge. These ones have black scales and wings, as opposed to the picture being tanned. Being tan. But it is Althea's go.
Oh, what?
Oh, you get off my building.
Get off my lawn, you kids.
Yeah, I think the first thing that she's going to do is yell, take cover to her guards, and Steven,
Oh no, is that
get off
Steven
the
on the...
battlements.
That is Steven up on the
Oh
catwalk.
no.
Say he joined the guards and is taking
I've
on.
abandoned my boy.
Save Steven.
Ambrose abandoned his child long ago when he shot him out of a gun.
Oh.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Oh,
Yo, if I just
goodness.
realized you had Parasite for a period of time.
What? I had what?
What?
Parasite? Never mind.
Okay.
Well, we'll follow up on that in a minute.
Another grenade launcher in Destiny.
Ah, I see.
I know what Parasite is. I'm just not making the connection. Also, I can't wait until that fire sprite comes back as like a super villain in campaign 7 or whatever.
You had a gun with a child in it.
Ah,
Just shot it at somebody.
I didn't do that. I should
Okay.
use that thing more often.
Althea's go.
Okay. Yeah. Althea is going to do this, and then Misty Step up to here, and strike at that wyvern with her halberd. Shh. Okay.
miss.
Not surprised, but in. Heck. Does that hit?
It does, yes.
And oh no, that's oh crap. No, that doesn't hit because my bonus action was to Misty Step.
Yes, that's true.
So yeah, so nix that.
In
So-
Althea's mind's eye, she thinks about how she could have hit the wyvern with her butt end.
And she tries again with the main.
Out it hits.
Okay.
All right. That brings us to Rana.
Let's see. 15 missed. Huh. Well, let's try
That
again.
will miss.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? Tharan and Alcor are on a leisurely stroll through the forest right now. No.
What?
I forgot to mention. They're walking around. They're not looking. Sorry. Go on.
I'm confused. I knew that they were gone.
Are they gone at this point? I forget.
Yeah.
That
What?
also misses.
2 twos in a row.
Yahtzee.
I mean, that's my turn.
Didn't you
mean-
roll a 2 for your initiative as well?
No, it was a 3 and a 9.
You need to shame that dice color.
Yeah, I guess. I guess that's it for me. Like, I don't really think there's nothing I can do with my bonus action that's offensive. So, I'm done.
Valis moves to a window and uses his crossbow on the upper left one.
Oh, that's not 100% true.
No, he does.
No, sorry, I was talking to myself. 60 feet?
Oh.
Never mind.
One
Oh.
of the bolts hits, and that will bring us to Ambrose.
Okay. So I can only see this guy. Is there another guy?
Bottom right, there's another guy on this corner.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry, my audio has been very sort of flickery in and out. Are they still flying, or have they like landed on the side of the keep?
They've landed on the wall.
Okay, cool. Ambrose is going to step out onto balcony here, or onto the wall, excuse me. And I'm going to use a cheeky little Mystic Arcanium, I think is what I'm going to do.
All right.
So,
What cheeky
this
is
fella... Ambrose's eyes start filling with a black and green energy that rapidly pulses. Give me a wisdom saving throw from this fella.
too late to give them magic resistance? All right. 16.
I think my DC is 17, right?
It is indeed.
Oh, thank God.
Actually, 18.
Okay, Ambrose uses the spell Eye Bite,
Ooh.
and after his eyes lock with the wyvern, you see the flickering flashes happen with more intensity for a second, and then the wyvern falls asleep.
I don't think that's right.
I
All
think you
right.
can make it to sleep, right?
Target falls unconscious, wakes up with any damage, or another creature uses action to shake the sleeper awake. Okay. Fair enough.
The way it's perched, would it stay on the wall?
Yes, because yes, it does. So it's just sort of, it like staggers as it gets drowsy and sort of head sinks to the stone, sort of falls asleep in a awkward like one wing sort of up and in a weird angle. Definitely not a natural way to fall asleep,
So,
but it does stay on the wall.
And Ambrose goes back into the thing.
It is, and then I just step back inside. Hey guys.
Ambrose put something to sleep?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very effectively.
I infected its brain with Eldritch Evil powers. Don't worry about it.
Is
I realized I never leveled up.
What level are you? You
Oh
should
my.
be 12, right? We're still level 12. We haven't leveled up past that.
We were
leveled
supposed to
up at the end
level
of last
up
session.
at the end. Yeah,
13.
we
I didn't.
forgot.
Okay, I didn't hear that.
We forgot.
Okay.
No, I didn't. I
was
never
in
heard
chat,
it. But that's
it's in
okay.
chat.
It was
You
in
didn't?
general chat. I'll put a reminder.
Okay.
I'll make sure that there's a reminder in before next week's stuff. Johnny's
Appreciate
go.
that. All right, Johnny's going to focus on the one that Althea is squaring off against, and I need a wisdom saving throw from this one, please.
I don't think that's right. Are we sure about this? 14 will
pretty sure.
probably fail. That'll hit,
Pretty sure
or that'll affect it.
Okay, so it's going to take 15 necrotic, and
Okay.
then as my bonus action, I'm going to cast Spiritual Weapon.
Okay.
And I'm going to upcast that to level 3. Just check that real quick. No, strike that. I'll keep it at level 2. And we will attack said wyvern with that one. Does a 15 hit?
No.
Okay, that's okay. We'll put the marker right there.
All right. Put it slightly to the side so it has its own square.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate
All
that.
right.
And that's me.
The wyvern will bite at Althea. Nom nom nom.
Dang it. It matches me.
Okay. Hits for 14. Piercing. And then Stinger darts out, and tries to strike as well. Only 14 on that, though. Looks sort of concerned over at its sleeping friend. It is Rowan's go.
Alright, where he's currently at, Rowan can't see anything. Let's see. Oh, there's Ambrose.
See the sleeping one.
Yeah. I can't see the sleeping one. I can't see anything down in this corner. But that's fine. Rowan will cast Bless on Honest, Rana, and Ambrose.
Ooh.
Okay.
And then he will dodge, I guess. That'll be it.
Bonus skill.
Yeah.
Did you say dodge? Is bless a bonus action?
It is for him.
Oh, nice. My follow-up question was going to be, is dodge a bonus action? I'm pretty sure one of those isn't, so
If you're a rogue, it is.
yes. All right, Tonus, go.
Johnny, would you like to be up close and personal with the dragon?
I would love to be up close and personal with
Or with the
dragon.
wyvern?
Sure.
I cast Vortex Wall, which is a new spell that I picked up.
Nice.
What is it?
I can make Johnny teleport to right here, assuming he chooses to fail the con.
Yeah, I will go ahead and make that warp. Boink.
Whee!
Nice.
Cool.
Thank you, sir.
Is Steven in? Is this Steven right here? Is he in danger?
It could be if things go poorly for Althea. Chosen space be on a
Yeah,
surface
I've
or in a
told
liquid.
him to get under cover, but we're just
Yes.
waiting for him to do that on his turn.
I don't know what I would have had Liger doing right now. He probably would have been near. Yeah, that works. Cool.
Okay.
1, 2. What's the difference in height between the roof here and the
Like 2 feet.
Oh, hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
That's
Hell yeah.
3, 4.
These guards are actually in the building, so you don't have to worry about like
Okay,
maneuvering
okay.
around them.
2, 3, 4, 5. I can clear space with the magic weapon, right?
Yeah, that's fair. Sure, if it misses, it won't slice Tonus in two.
So my action was to cast Vortex Warp. Bonus action, I guess bonus action have Liger attack?
Okay.
I realized before that the math on his attacks were extremely wrong, and I don't know if that was because of the putting over from the other thing or not, but it has been corrected.
They were wrong, like, in a good way or a bad way?
They were a lot stronger than they should have been.
Ooh.
Womp womp. That will miss.
Yeah, I figured.
Okay, on initiative count 1, Steven heads into the tower.
Good for him.
A couple guards come out with crossbows, and they kind of look at Steven like, hey, why does he get special treatment? But
He's a child.
Told them all to take cover, but I'm expecting them to crossbow.
You guys are getting a 401k. Shoot some arrows, man.
Nice.
They fire at the wyvern there. As soon as I can figure out how to type. Oh,
Typing is hard.
19 and a 16. That's 2 hits. Oh, that's too many dice, though. There we go. 19, okay. 2 crossbow bolts hit that one. 2 guards in this tower come out cautiously. They have spears. They're approaching the sleeping wyvern like they want to attack it, but they're also like, well, but it's asleep, so what does? And then these 3 come out and take stock of the situation, grab crossbows, and come over to help out as well. That will bring us back to Althea. I'll roll their attacks in the background.
Okay. I don't think I was going to do a spell at this point. Attack. Normal. Since I can't really get flanking on it.
We'll hit.
I can't really get flanking on it, can I?
No.
But I'm adding
just flank it.
Divine Smite to that. We get the...
Ooh,
Miss.
one of the guards critical.
Ooh, nice.
So it's 12 and 13.
Damn it. Okay. That's me. I'm glad I rolled the Divine Smite on the first one.
All right, that brings us to Rana. The creature breathes in deep, takes a huge breath, and you can see sort of this acrid cloud of gas seeping out of the sides of its mouth. Looks like it's probably going to use a breath weapon. It is Rana's go. Ooh, that will hit. That looks...
This one, by the way, the one that is about to use a breath weapon.
Yes.
Oh, +4 on the damage since it's a dragon. And
Okay.
then a d8 for the Colossus Slayer. And then one more time.
Oh, the -3 is in the front. Okay.
Qua.
Well, you sharpshooter, you lose 5, right? So I tried to put that in. I'm gonna have to double check that because I built that for you and I may have done it wrong.
Okay.
Yeah, the -3.
Should be -5.
Right, but you also get 2 for using a bow.
Right. Oh, I see which. Oh, okay, I see. So one more attack.
That will miss.
Wait, I have bless. Does
That
a
will hit.
16? Yes.
Hallelujah.
That's appropriate.
And another +4 for favorite enemy.
Okay. Takes 2 arrows. It does not like what it feels, and
Oh, Rana will also then. Oops, that's not.
You get Colossus Slayer on that too?
Not on the
Only
second one.
once per round. Rana's going to cast Spiritual Weapon here.
Okay.
Spiritual Weapon. Do you want me to place the template, or do you want to do that?
You can place it.
Okay. How do I do that? Here. It goes here. Oops. There. Okay. And attack. Do I roll bless again for that?
No,
Bless does not
Maybe.
count for that.
I don't think so.
Tonus,
Whenever
Rowan.
you target makes an attack roll or saving throw. I mean, I guess it depends on what spiritual weapon says. I feel like I can quickly make this determination without having to. Okay, you can make a melee spell attack. So yes, you do.
Great. So that hits,
That
right?
hits.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
There's the damage
15 plus
there.
any number will do it.
And then she's going to do this.
I'll save me some of that. No. Val's goes to that same arrow slit, fires off 2 bolts, which both strike, and then does the same thing, and it is Ambrose's go. Already took up its health for Val's attack.
Oh man, this wyvern is not having a good day.
It's about to get worse.
Nice.
Yeah, Ambrose, run over to the other side of the tower, and then...
Did he instruct the 2 guards to leave it alone so it doesn't wake up?
Tattoos glow.
He did not, as far as I heard.
Hello?
Ambrose.
There, Ambrose?
Is everybody here? Everybody's here.
I
Okay.
Guff, you cut out. Tattoos glow, and then nothing. Oh, he might be gone.
Oh no.
He DC'd again. That sucks.
Guff, if you can hear me, bark twice.
Devouring Maw. Okay.
Strength. Ah. Okay, so he does make his save.
Okay.
Oh, you're back. Yay.
Yeah, fucking Wi-Fi. Oh yeah, it's a wyvern. It's probably good at that strength stuff, huh? It is like
It
the
is
size of
pretty
my
strong.
phone.
Mm-hmm. Or be restrained. Starts its turn. So, I mean, it's gonna start its turn there, so it's gonna have to make the save anyways. Again.
Nice.
So it's gonna keep doing it as long as it stays in that spot.
Ambrose might get a Pokemon.
Oh, yeah,
Maybe.
that's true.
Isn't this how he gets the Pokemon? This is how he
It
catches
is.
them.
As far as I understand it, I think it's any. If I kill anything with any of the like big, gross, devoury, tentacle-y spells,
Mm-hmm.
I think.
That'll bring us to Johnny's turn.
All right. Let's get. This worked so well last time. Let's do it again. Toll the Dead. So DC 17 Wisdom save, please.
I will roll that now. He is less wise than required.
It's not that.
All right. And
bonus
spiritual
action.
weapon.
You bet. Love that spiritual weapon.
What's that beautiful crown patch?
And that is a. Trying to get what the damage on that thing is. So I don't want to cast it again.
Right. Just roll a d20 and
Got
that
it.
will add
There we
in
go. Found the hotkey. Found the hotkey for it.
Yeah. Got to hit first though, so let's roll an attack.
No, I just want to do damage. Sorry. There.
That will
work?
hit. So 9. Okay.
And that's me.
Magic pixel.
Oh no.
And it
Dread
saves
so hard.
against the maw, so it does not get murder-fied before it gets its breath weapon off. I need a Constitution saving throw from Johnny Antonis as it breathes all kinds of noxious fumes over the pair of them.
Is it acidic?
It is.
It's important because I have a feature that I can use for that.
It is acid. Yes.
Unity of Armor and Smith.
Okay. Well, let's see what the save is first. See what
You said con save, right?
con. Yeah.
All right.
Oh baby.
That
Yeah,
is
not so much.
definitely a save. Do you want to give a flash of genius to Johnny?
I feel like I probably should, maybe. Yeah, let's do it.
Appreciate you.
Today. Plus, it's an 18 for Johnny.
That's good. You take half of 73.
What? 73 divided by 2 is what, like 36? Yeah, 36.
Acid damage.
It's not a damage.
Well, it's 74. Okay.
Yeah, because either way would be either me or the armor. So yeah. So how much was it? 36.
Yes.
Okay. So it's 73. Okay.
All right. And then it is. Does iBite just last until something happens? It doesn't get a save each round,
Wait.
right?
That
As
is
far
correct.
as the spell description says, I think it's just asleep until it either takes damage or somebody wakes it up.
It's at 18.
Or like I assume because it's sleep, it like once a standard sleep cycle for the creature expires, it would probably just wake up on its own.
8 hours later.
Yeah.
Okay.
As
Also,
a reaction, I'm casting Absorb Elements on the hit to half it again.
Okay. Also a Constitution saving throw from Liger as well.
Oh, yeah, that's fine.
Also, Ambrose, be aware that this one works like a Vampiric Touch, where you can keep doing these abilities for a minute after you cast a spell.
Which one?
I bite.
Oh.
Yeah,
Cool.
so you can sicken this wyvern while the other one's asleep, sort of thing.
Oh, so I've just got like the eye. Okay.
Yeah,
I thought
you've
it
got
was
creepy
just-
eyes for a minute.
Once and done.
I did not
Yeah,
know
that-
that. Thank you.
That makes sense. I've seen you use that before, and then just sort of stop after the first try. I didn't know either. I felt it necessary to acknowledge that because otherwise it sounded like I'm just like, yeah, you weren't doing it. But that's not how I. That's not what.
I thought that was the thing with vampiric touch. I didn't know that was the thing for eye bite.
Yeah.
That is good to know.
Okay. Rowan's turn.
Alright, well, Rowan still can't see anything going on down there.
That is
Nope.
odd that you can't. Why is Gaz?
This-
Gaz is out here. Oh, hey guys, what's going on? I've been here the whole time.
Okay, there we go. Alright, we'll try and mind sliver this way. Hey.
Intelligence.
Yep. Oh, that should be 19 or 18 now.
Oh, he's so dumb.
Oh no, -3.
13 damage. All right. The creature looks like it is having thoughts about calculus, and then it keels over and is eaten by the maw.
Yes.
It's
Plus dead and gone.
plus deads.
Wow.
Bringing us to Thomas.
Is attacking a sleeping thing like an auto crit?
If you are in melee range, I believe it is.
Althea, do you want to be in melee range of the sleeping wyvern?
Yes.
Get over there, girl.
I love this new spell of yours.
Okay, remove the target.
So stick her, like, I'm gonna stick her right here.
You don't have to use the target if you don't want to. I know that you do it every time to make things clear, but like if it's causing issues, I would just say leave it off.
Oh no, it's just me forgetting to take it off.
Okay.
And when I'm getting ready to move. It's just silly, that's all.
Okay.
Do I have anything- bonus action?
These guys reposition, ready to fire on anyone's command. Althea's go.
Okay. And she tells them all, if it wakes, kill it. And you said this auto crits?
I believe so.
I hope it auto
I mean-
crits because that was wretched.
I mean, it is sleeping.
so
You
just
can't really
damage-
like.
Damage it crit. Yes, no?
I guess it just says advantage on helpless creatures.
Oh,
And I count a sleeping creature as helpless.
okay. So basically I need to roll it again.
Yeah.
Stupid thing.
Maybe you only auto crit on when
It's
they're
paralyzed?
unconscious.
And that's
Wait, what?
Like
that is
if
its AC.
something's doing death saving throws. I don't know. I'll have to look. I don't remember.
There's I swear there's something that auto crits. Maybe
Yeah.
it's prone.
That would be rough.
I mean,
That will hit though.
It kind of is prone if you think about it.
It is
he's
prone.
lying
Yeah.
down for a little nap. He's probably prone.
We'll go ahead and add a Divine Smite at... You know what? We're going to go at level 3 on this. So that's... How
I
many?
fucked up. It's not dead. Ignore that.
What?
What?
I
Not dead.
accidentally set its HP to 0. Which,
Oh, okay.
I'm just gonna give it some number that I know is less than what it actually had, but
I would offer to check the stream, but I can't see that.
fine.
Oh, any attack that hits the creature is a critical if the attacker is 5 feet. Yeah. Unconscious is an auto crit.
If the attacker's within 5 feet, all right. So we can
Typically
assume that
within
Althea stepped closer.
Yeah, if them's the rules, then yes, she would have stepped closer.
Oh,
That's
something
such
you
an
learn
odd-
after the
I mean,
fact.
it should take into account reach. That's so weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, you would
There's
think.
a few things that are like you have to be within five feet. Okay,
Does
so
it
yeah,
mean that,
What do you
like,
want me to do?
does,
I want you to
does it
roll
mean that
another d10, another d6, and another d8, and then also do
damage.
crit damage on Divine Smite.
Let's see.
Does it mean that,
D6,
like,
D8, D10.
character is within 5 feet, or does it mean just the attack has to come from within 5 feet?
Any attack that hits the creature is a critical hit if the attacker.
It's within 5. Okay.
So
And
it doesn't.
the
That is weird. the
critical
factory reach.
damage, and this is, let's see. So we're actually doing, this is a 4d8 plus whatever the bonus is. Because that's the crit, but here's 4 more because she's doing it at 3rd level, which adds 2 more d8 normally, so 4 more d8. These are crappy rolls.
Yes, but you're whittling the thing down. That's the important part, right?
Okay.
Whittling it
And
down.
that's on
Just hit it for
that's on
what?
the first hit. So
59.
so
Althea
now,
out here whittling with a chainsaw.
right. So now she moves back 5 feet. Does the halberd butt end now? I'm assuming it's awake now.
Yeah, as soon as I find the right one, it's not showing me the pictures, so I have to like. Oh, you know what? It has a bunch of status effects, and I'm not going to remove them.
Would Althea attacking him
Oh my god!
What?
Uh,
What on earth was that?
at the crossbows from the guards?
yes, 7
Yeah.
crossbow bolts fly out from the guards. 1 crits.
Outstanding. Okay.
Oh my god!
I'll do their damage in the background, but I wanted that effect for everyone to see.
That was beautiful.
That was gorgeous.
Okay. So the butt end attack, I'm guessing, does not get. Well, does it get the advantage or is it just normal?
Let's just do normal for now, and I'll figure that out later,
Okay.
so that we can move forward in the correct manner.
And once more.
With feeling.
That. Boo.
Rolling a d4 and have to re-roll 1s and 2s is ridiculous. That one will miss.
Yeah, that one misses.
It is Orana's go. Startled, injured, it takes a deep breath. It looks like it is going to engulf Althea with a cloud of acid if it is not put down beforehand. That will hit.
+4 for the favorite enemy, D8 for Colossus
Nice.
Slayer,
Nice.
and 1 more. Ooh.
That will miss.
Even
Darn.
with the +4 from... So we're done. That's it. Oh, she'll also try to move. I know it only moves 20 feet and it'll probably be dead by the time it gets there. But she's going to move her spiritual weapon 20 feet this way.
Okay, right. I was like, what are you talking about? That's like 20 right there.
There we go.
Valis will fire 2 more bolts and then it'll be Ambrose's go.
Okay. Sorry, I'm responding to a quick little email there.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm on the wrong things. Ambrose will back up here, really getting my cardio in this room.
Get those
during this
steps.
fight. I get those steps up from the. I was trying to find a way to smash together Eldritch and Fitbit, and I couldn't make that work. Anyway,
That sounds like my kind of task.
Eldritch fit? That sounds
Eldritch
like a
fit?
slur.
that's I don't know. Anyway, so it's like gearing up for a breath attack on
Bid
Althea still.
Gilbert?
It does look that way, yeah.
Okay, Ambrose will start firing off some Eldritch blasts.
Pew pew.
Say, wrap an octopus around its face.
I've seen that happen in Japan. Anyways,
Wow.
no, this girl tried to eat. Maybe it was China. Just tried to eat a live octopus.
I've seen that.
That hits.
Oh, that's dumb.
I have seen that video. It's gross. That damage. I'm gonna fire off a second one.
Okay.
Oh no.
Hey.
Right.
Your finger misfires.
Flies off and hits a tree. Bits of splinters of wood and like burst out from it. And also
Also
that tree
the-
is speed is reduced by 10.
I was gonna say that.
I felt like you were about to. I was like, I gotta say this fast.
You gotta swipe it out from under me. And one more.
That will hit.
Hey, and damage. And with the 2 Eldritch Blasts that hit, I'm gonna shove it. I'm gonna shove it 20 feet away and hopefully just shove it right off the side.
Well, it was alive until it hit the ground, and then it took fall damage.
Oh no.
It can't. It's got wings.
It was asleep like half a second ago.
Oh, okay. It was asleep again. I missed
I
that.
did consider that, but it was asleep like at the start of Althea's turn, which wasn't too long ago.
Right.
I mean, you've got legs, Rona, but you can still fall out of bed.
Fair point.
That is true.
So, question: Did the wyvern that's in front of me, is that one now gone? Or is
Yes,
it okay?
and we are going to be out of initiative because both of the wyverns are dead.
I want to
We're
salvage
also-
the skin off that other wyvern.
All right.
The one that's got tails.
Yeah, that could
I'm
probably
make
be
armor.
done. But you do see that the small one is still, the black dragon is still circling overhead. It did not. Once it left the trio of riders, it flew back into the air. And as you move across the courtyard to get to the gates, you see it's getting bigger.
Is it-
Guys,
Is it getting bigger or is it just getting closer to the ground?
Good question. We'll have to answer that next time.
No,
Bruh.
Jacob.
We're out of time. What am I supposed to do?
Next time on Dragon Ball Z.
we
We
will.
so rarely fight
No.
dragons.
Don't say Dragon Ball Z. That really will get us shut down. Toonami
On the-
is mean.
On the
Whoa.
next
That's true,
piece
sorry.
of One Piece.
You
Anyways,
can say the name, you just
I
can't
meant,
show.
meant,
Dragon Ball
Wyvern
G.
Sphere X.
Yeah, I will make sure that I level up before next game. Like I said, I did not see that at all.
I have a note in my notes to note for you guys to finish your level up.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate the help.
Noted.
Noted.
Okay, so just quick before everyone scatters, just wanted to reiterate a couple things. Just in regarding commitment, no one signed up for a play-by-post plus weekly sessions, so maybe the original purpose of the side RP channels has been strayed from a bit since we did quite a lot of like storyline stuff.
I'm missing.
And that stuff was mostly supposed to be like between 2 or maybe 3 characters that we could do like on the side and doesn't necessarily need to involve everyone. So kind of want to just take a step back from doing a lot of storyline main stuff that affects the whole group in that RP channel. So
Okay.
that's just the ask that I have. Obviously there's going to be personal goals and you can do that stuff on the side as well. But if it's anything that could potentially impact everyone, maybe just hold off. More than happy to see that stuff like come up in general chat. It's just like, hey, what about this before we actually get to the session, just so people can think about it. But yeah, and then second thing, just because things were brought up to me, just want to reiterate that any concern that anyone ever has, please bring it to my attention. I'm happy to consider anything that could be impacting how the game is played and make it better for everyone. Because the one thing I don't want is for misgivings and like bad blood to fester because I don't know about it. So yeah, that's all I had. Just with that as well, it's easy to vent to people you know, and certainly everyone has their own outlets. So I'm not saying that anytime you're like, oh, that again, to tell me, but anything that is bothering you that you feel like needs to be addressed, please let me know sooner rather than later.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Aye.
Okay.
Alright. Oh, I did have a last note that is actually a positive thing. So I'll say it now. It's just following up. Everyone brings something a little different to the table, which pun intended. And while there's sometimes growing pains with the group and like how we interact together, I do think that it is dynamic. That like the dynamics make it more interesting most of the time. And so, yeah, thanks.
Aw,
Sure.
thank you.
Mhm.
Do what we can.
It's a good
And
game.
Jeff, I know you have a lot going on. I don't know if you saw the thing I posted to your side chat, but no rush whenever you get a chance.
Yeah, I did actually. I have been thinking about it.
Yeah, and that's all. I just wanted to make sure that you did see it.
I saw it.
Whenever you're ready to tell me what you think, all yours. Alrighty.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I'll
Ambrose
think-
has stuff going on.
I'll think about it. It's nothing like it's kind of story related, but it's mainly some sort of interesting mechanical stuff
Ooh.
that we could do with Ambrose that Jacob is experienced enough with D&D to do, and I know nothing about. So we'll see.
Cool.
I feel ya. I really do.
Relatable.
It's all good.
When I alluded to Ambrose possibly losing warlock powers, it's like, well, I don't want you to just have a character that's like, hi guys, I'm also here. I've got a stick and I can poke things.
We need another Steven in the party.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Wow.
Poor kid.
all right. See you guys.
I'll think it over.
Yay! Good
Alright.
job,
Yeah,
everybody.
Have
Take it easy,
Thanks,
everybody.
all. Good
Talk to you
session.
next
a
week.
good day, y'all.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.